How is it going, everyone? Today I'm here with a retro review for you guys from the WWE Network with WCW SuperBrawl VII. Of course, this show took place back in 1997 from the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California. Without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump right into the video, right into the show. Of course, the opening segment we had was Roddy Piper escaping Alcatraz, because obviously he was locked up in there for the past week, they claim. So obviously he was escaping Alcatraz just in time for SuperBrawl, which would then lead into the opening contest, which was for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. Dean Malenko defending against Syxx. Syxx at the time, pretty much stole the WCW Cruiserweight title, so he was kind of showboating it. So Malenko had extra aggression towards Syxx and kind of beat the shit out of him from first, chunk of the match, working on his leg. Syxx was really selling the leg as Malenko was working on it. Malenko had a crossbody, which sent them both to the outside. They brawled out there for a while until Syxx got the upper hand, worked on Malenko, then it kind of went back and forth from there. Finish occurred, with Eddie coming out because Syxx tried to use the Cruiserweight title to hit Malenko with it to, pretty much knock him out to win. Eddie came out to try and pull the championship from Syxx. As it's happening, the referee is ejecting Eddie. Eddie lets go of the championship. Syxx wails Malenko in the process with the championship, falls in the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Syxx is your brand new WCW Cruiserweight champion. Good match to open the show. This match wasn't anything spectacular or must see, but it was a good, solid opening match for Super Brawl, and honestly, probably one of the better matches on the show. Looking back at it, honestly. So yeah, Syxx, new WCW Cruiserweight champion. From there, I'm going to a 6-man tag team match, which was just a clusterfuck of a match, honestly. It started off well. There's good sequences, and then all of a sudden it just, kind of just went to shit. Everyone was botching. Everything was just miscommunications, missed spots. At one point, someone got set up on a chair while someone did a senton onto him, and they just sat in the chair and waited for the spot for like 10 seconds. Even commentary pointed out how stupid it was for them to sit there and wait. So they were just burying everyone in this match as well. So just a clusterfuck of a match. Konnan got the win over Juventud when he hit his finish, but the finish got fucked up because Juventud kicked out at 3, but the referee, the bell didn't ring or anything, but the referee was saying that, Konnan got the win. It was a very confusing finish. So not only was it fucked up, it was confusing, and it didn't play off well by any means. So yeah, clusterfuck finish to end a clusterfuck match. Then we go to the WCW World Television Championship match. Of course, Prince Iaukea defending against Rey Mysterio Jr. Lord Steven Regal was originally supposed to defend against Rey Mysterio, but of course, on the upset on the previous Nitro, lost the championship to Prince Iaukea. And yeah, we end up getting Prince Iaukea against Rey Mysterio instead of getting Regal versus Mysterio, but whatever. The match itself is whatever. Prince Iaukea tried very hard to keep up with Rey Mysterio, which was very evident that he couldn't. The only cool real spot that happened was Rey Mysterio did a senton to the outside and pretty much crushed Iaukea, which was pretty funny. But that was pretty much it. Regal came out, to trip Mysterio. Mysterio went for Frankensteiner. Mysterio ate shit. Iaukea fell on the fall to Mysterio. 1, 2, 3. Prince Iaukea retains the World Television Championship. Whatever match, like I said, they try to make Prince Iaukea something. They try to make him look good, but they just ended up making him look like shit in the process, honestly. But what can you do afterwards? Prince Iaukea tried to give Mysterio the championship because he felt like he didn't beat him fairly, but Mysterio said, no, keep it. I'll probably challenge you again, which I'm pretty sure they did another match at the next pay-per-view that followed, but yeah, nothing really spectacular about that. Diamond Dallas Page taking on Buff Bagwell. The match was fine. They had a fine sequence and everything. There's nothing bad about it. Some decent action. But the finish was just so incredibly stupid. Bagwell hits his finish on DDP, and DDP is pretty much out for the count. Everyone thought it was over. But Buff Bagwell, being the dumb fuck that he is, tells referee to do a knockout finish, wants a 10 count instead of a pinfall victory, because Buff Bagwell is a fucking moron. But DDP, of course, gets up, hits a diamond cutter, but before he gets the pin, NWO hits the ring, DDP bails, and the referee rings a no contest or a DQ victory for Sting, or DQ victory for DDP, not Sting, sorry. So, yeah, just very pointless and stupid. Just wasted time, honestly. And then we go to what I thought was the match of the night, the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Eddie Guerrero defending against Chris Jericho. Some very crisp cut, smooth wrestling, some great exchanges, some great counters, some really fun chain wrestling from between both of them. Very fun match, although the crowd didn't really care. That was the only thing that really sucked was, the fact that the crowd really wasn't into it, but other the wrestling was very superb. Match tonight, if you ask me, some fun exchanges at the end as well. There's some near falls on both ends, but of course the finish came with Jericho attempting a power bomb, but Eddie was able to counter it into a roll up for the 1-2-3. Eddie retains the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. Really good stuff between two of them. Like I said, some great, crisp, smooth wrestling, some fun sequences, and some fun stuff overall. So great stuff. Like I said, matches tonight on, in my opinion. Then we go to what was supposed to be a number one contenders 4 corners match, but because the Steiner brothers were injured, they were not allowed to compete, so it was just made into a regular triangle match. Harlem Heat, Public Enemy, Faces of Fear. This match was whatever. It was mainly Harlem Heat versus the Faces of Fear. Public Enemy got the surprise tag, ended up getting the pin at the end, win the match. Nothing special about it at all. And then we go to Jeff Jarrett taking on Mongo Steve McMichael. Of course, stipulation was that if Jeff Jarrett won the match, he would be part of the 4 Horsemen, because of course at the time he was lobbying to be in it. So that was stipulation. And honestly, the match itself isn't bad, for Steve McMichael from transitioning from the NFL. I thought he had a pretty solid performance here against Jeff Jarrett. He didn't look as terrible as I thought. It actually looked pretty decent. And I thought he had some good, exchanges with Jarrett for the most part. Finish was what it was. Obviously, Deborah McMichael tried to grab or throw the briefcase to Steve McMichael, tossed over him. Jarrett grabs the briefcase, wails McMichael with it, covers for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett gets the win and joins the 4 Horsemen. So finish was whatever, but the match itself, nothing too terrible, but just nothing super brawl worthy, honestly. And then we go to the very ironic match, the San Francisco Death Match between Chris Benoit in the Taskmaster, sorry, not Masker, Master, Kevin Sullivan. Obviously, this match was kind of more of like a brawl for all, because it was obviously Benoit and Taskmaster, then you had Woman and Jacqueline going at it, and the camera is kind of going between both of them, so you kind of got a glimpse of both. Benoit and Taskmaster fought into the crowd backstage. They pretty much brawled everywhere, while Woman and Jacqueline fought in the ring, pretty much beating the shit out of each other. It was just a brawl. Like I said, brawled through the crowd, backstage, back into the ring, where Benoit set up Taskmaster on a table, went in for the diving headbutt, but Jacqueline, tried to save Sullivan at the end, but Benoit didn't give a shit, did a diving headbutt through the table, got the cover. 1, 2, 3. Benoit defeats the Taskmaster. I don't know why I keep calling the Taskmaster for. It's the Taskmaster. There we go. I don't know why I keep calling him the Taskmaster. Maybe I really want to call him that for some reason, but Taskmaster. There we go. Eats the pin. Decent brawl. It was short too. It was only a handful of minutes, not very long overall, but it really wasn't a match. It was more of a brawl segment, and they really sold the finish too. Like, they spent a good 5 minutes after the match putting them on the stretchers, putting them onto the ambulance. Like, they took a good amount of time to sell the finish to that match as well. So kudos to them for doing that. But yeah, it really wasn't much of a match. It was just more of a brawl segment. And then we go to the WCW World Tag Team Championship. The Outsiders defending against the Giant. And it was supposed to be the Giant and Lex Luger, but of course Lex Luger wasn't medically cleared. So pretty much for the most part it was a handicap match. And honestly, the match itself was good. Probably one of the better matches on the show, honestly. Basic formula though, it was pretty much Giant being worked on. Then Giant worked on Scott Hall for a good amount of time until he got the hot tag to Nash. Nash then, worked on the Giant, and the Giant got the upper hand. And then, it was a typical formula, but it worked. I thought it played well. And I thought, the in-ring work was fine for what it was. And then Lex Luger comes running out. Bischoff's yelling on that to come out because he's not cleared. He just wails Bischoff, so Bischoff's out. Luger comes running out, gets on the apron, gets the hot tag, puts Nash in the torch rack because Nash's back got worked on by the Giant, hit the jackknife on the Giant, but his back gave out, so he couldn't get the pin. Luger comes in, gets a hot tag, puts Nash in the torture rack, injured back. Nash gives up. So Luger and Giant are your brand new WCW World Tag Team Champions. Absolutely love the fact that Giant did all the work for Luger to come in, get the tag, and get the victory at the end. Pretty funny. But afterwards, of course, Giant hit the choke slam on Razor, not Razor. Well, I mean, it is Razor Ramon, but hits a choke slam on Scott Hall because he wants to get win the titles himself as well. So he covers Scott Hall, and the referee counts the pin for whatever reason. So in a way, Giant and Lex Luger both won the tag team titles for themselves. So it was a pretty good moment. It was a good moment overall, but of course, you know, the next night on Nitro, it'd be reversed because Luger was not medically cleared. So this moment never really essentially mattered the next night. But for what it was, got a huge reaction, and it was a nice moment. And then we go to the main event, which was the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Hollywood Hulk Hogan defending against Roddy Piper. This match fucking sucked. Talk about a horrible match. Basically, Piper brawls at the beginning, letting all his aggression out, you know, kind of really selling the fact that he's in Alcatraz last week. Hogan gets the upper hand, works on Piper, locks in a bear hug. Piper fights back, has in the sleeper hold, but at this time, Macho Man Randy Savage as well as Sting comes out. Sting's telling Savage not to worry about it, let's go back. Macho Man says no. Macho Man goes to ringside. As it's happening, Piper has Hogan in the sleeper hold. Hogan's out. Referee raises Hogan's hands up 3 times, and it falls down 3 times. So Piper wins the championship. So it's thought, but all of a sudden you see Savage pull Hogan, so his foot's under the rope, and then he slips Hogan something. And then he puts something in Hogan's hand. The referee all of a sudden just calls it off. Match restarts. Hogan wails Piper with the knucks that Savage put in his hands. Hogan covers Piper. 1, 2, 3. Hogan retains the WCW World Championship. What a fucking confusing ass finish. First off, Piper wins clean as a sheet because Hogan's foot wasn't anywhere near the rope when the referee called it off. Then all of a sudden, Hogan's foot's under the rope. The referee, without even saying anything, goes, okay, the match is going to keep going. Allows it to keep going. Not even saying anything. The announcers are confused. They're saying, what's going on? Is this match restarted? They don't even know what's going on. So fucking confusing. It made absolutely no sense. Piper won clean as a whistle. But yet, WCW's booking so stupid. They made the referee look dumb by going, oh, his foot was on the rope. Even though, when the referee made the decision, he was in clear view and could see that Hogan's foot was nowhere near the rope. But all of a sudden, Hogan's foot was near the rope. Referee reverses decision. And then Hogan ends up beating Piper. Fucking stupid. Made absolutely no sense, but that's WCW in a nutshell for you, I guess. They beat down Piper afterwards. Hogan hits numerous leg drops. Savage hits numerous elbows. They literally spent like 5 minutes beating down Piper afterwards for absolutely no reason. And that's how the show went off the air. And that was WCW SuperBrawl VII. Overall, not a bad show, but not a good one. Like, it felt like more of a 3-hour edition of Nitro. You know, it had some decent stuff, it had some bad stuff like the main event, and it had, you know, a very few very good things on it. So it had its moments, it had some mixtures of good, bad, decent, good, great, you know. So it felt more of like a Nitro than anything else. But in terms of pay-per-view, it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad necessarily either. So it was whatever. It was all right. But yeah, I definitely plan on doing more of these retro reviews. I do plan on doing a pay-per-view rewind for WCW in 1998. So I will be reviewing every WCW pay-per-view from 1998 in a rewind series coming up in the future. So stay tuned for that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like below. Helps me out and definitely lets me know you guys support these videos. So if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like below. And of course, the next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.